Hello and welcome to the New York Sports. So we have NASCAR next driver Ryan Vargas on for an exclusive 1v1 interview. Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be on. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. For those who don't know, Ryan Vargas is making his NASCAR Xfinity Series debut with JD Motorsports at Iowa this Saturday for the U.S. Cellular 250. Now, how did you feel when you were told that you're making your debut?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome. I keep tweeting and posting on everything how weird it is, and it's weird in a good way. Every race car driver dreams of making it to the national level, but that stuff, unfortunately, for most racers doesn't end up panning out. So to be able to make it this far in my career and be able to finally make my debut is really awesome.
Yeah. Congratulations on that. Now, you've had such a good 2019 season, especially in the late models. Now, you're in the Auburndale Late Model Championship, and at Auburndale Speedway, you're so good there. You've had so much success. How are you so good? How have you gotten so much success there?
Well, I guess that just kind of comes from being a fan for so long, going there when I was really little and sitting in the stands, watching all the racing, and then kind of getting my feet wet growing up, racing the Irwindale Spec trucks there, and then having two full seasons of late model racing there. So that definitely helps going into this season, and now we already have 2 wins under our belt there. So it's a lot of fun. It's always fun to go back to my hometown and do a race and race with Alec Martinez Racing with Lombard Bros on the hood, and I just really enjoy it. It's always a blast going back home and doing that.
Yeah, you've had so much success there. Now, last season when you were in the K&N Cup Series, that was your first time ever in NASCAR on the asphalt, really racing. You were a rookie. What was that like from that transition from really the dirt onto asphalt racing?
It was definitely tough, going from the late models that I run out in Irwindale to running a full body, real heavy, real powerful stock car in the K&N car. It's definitely tough. It's definitely it's a real big learning process getting used to those type of cars, especially on the different types of tracks because, I was just used to my biggest track being a half mile. I mean, in the K&N series, our biggest track was Gateway, which is 1.25 miles. So you're really having to learn how to race with air and use your air to the benefit, and also just keeping momentum up in those big, heavy cars. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed every single bit of it, and being with Rev Racing was an awesome experience, and thank you to them for what they gave me, and looking forward to working my way back to being on the team hopefully next year.
Yeah, well, you did such a good job with Rev Racing. When you went to Iowa, you actually finished a P7, and now you're going to Iowa, you're making your debut there. Does that give you any extra confidence at going to that track, knowing that you finished in the top 10 in the K&N Cup Series?
Yeah, I definitely have a lot of confidence going in. Even in the K&N car, we were inside the top 3 until we suffered some damage from a giant piece of debris that was left on track. So I mean, we had a top 3 run and come, and it was just kind of unfortunate luck there. But heading into this weekend, I'm trying to go in with as little expectations as possible. I'm just going in to race and to learn and keep the fenders on the car, and hopefully be able to open up some more opportunities later this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big step for anyone who would be making their debut. And you've done just so much with your background for racing. Now, what got you involved in racing?
Well, honestly, kind of my dad, I guess you could say. He was always a really big NASCAR fan, and I always grew up, watching monster trucks and off-road and wanting to do all that type of stuff. And once I got introduced to the lower level of short track racing where, younger kids can get into it, I really enjoyed getting into that and moving up through the ranks, and that's just kind of where I got my feet wet, was in the Bandolero classes and stuff like that.
Yeah, now, I know a lot of new and upcoming drivers, they're using iRacing motorsport simulations. Do you use that to help you, or are you planning on using it in the future to help you, especially now since you're making your Xfinity Series start?
Yeah, you could use it for a lot of things. I've been using it pretty often now, just getting used to getting back in those bigger cars. It's definitely tough, because you don't have all the forces and all the just the bumps. You can't really feel them very well when you're doing the iRacing, but it definitely helps you when you get your sight lines and everything going. So definitely using that just to help me get prepared for the race.
Yeah. Now, your nickname is the Wino. Where did you get that from?
So I got that obviously because the name Ryan and Rhino, but also I guess you could say it kind of came from T-ball when I played T-ball back home in La Mirada. I was one of the faster runners on the team, but I was also one of the fattest. So it was definitely a earned nickname.
Yeah. I played T-ball when I was a little kid. Now, JD Motorsports, how are you adjusting to your teammates like BJ McLeod and them? Are they helping you, or like are you still trying to like get familiar with all the names in the garage?
Yeah, I've talked to I've talked to Ross and Garrett throughout the year, and even met BJ earlier last year. So I know all those guys pretty well, and I've just been getting used to talking to all them, especially my other teammate Ryan Repko, who's going to be making his second start as well. So just getting acclimated with everything, getting adjusted to the team. I'm really excited to go to the track with my crew chief Wayne Carroll. So I'm really excited about that. Just getting to know everybody, knowing everybody on the team, and just working really well together. So that when we go to Iowa, we go there with a good game plan.
Yeah, this Saturday's race at Iowa, that's going to be very big for you. Good luck on that. And when you get in the car, whether it's a late model on the K&N series, now when you're going to make your debut in the Xfinity series, how does it feel? Like, do you get like a burst of adrenaline? How does it feel when you get strapped in one of those stock cars?
Yeah, every driver says, when they get in a car, oh, I'm not nervous. I mean, they're all lying. Every driver gets a little nervous when they get into a race car. You're strapping yourself to a giant piece of metal and, willingly going 160 miles an hour into a tight turn, with 40 other cars out there. It's not the easiest sport to do, but, it's all about how you combat that nervousness. And, when I combat that by just driving as hard as I can, and I really enjoy doing it. So it's definitely a rush, and it's something that I live for. Yeah,
now, if you go full-time or even part-time in the Xfinity series next year for the 2020 season, do you see yourself going back to K&N, or do you think that would be over with?
2020 is still very up in the air. I'm obviously working for sponsorship and try to lay out some plans for next year. But
yeah,
wherever it takes me, I know it'll be in a NASCAR stock car, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, whatever you race, it's very awesome seeing you race. Everyone's saying that you're going to be the next Hall of Famer and everything like that. What do you think of that, knowing that people are saying that about you?
Yeah, I see people saying stuff like that, and it's neat. I don't see myself like that. I'm very honest with myself, and I don't try to blow myself out of proportion either. So it's really cool to see that fans believe in me like that, and to see all the support that I've gotten through all the posts that I've done about this Xfinity race. So it's really cool to see that. I just hope they stick with me through all the stuff throughout this year and next year. So everything's just going to get bigger and better from here.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite track that you've raced on, or do you have one? Don't you have one?
I would definitely say it's a very close tie between Irwindale Speedway and Iowa Speedway, and then Dover would be a close second. Those are some very fun racetracks. Irwindale is very fun. It's flat, it's wide, but it's still a half mile, so you got to race it like a short track. Iowa's very big and wide. You can rip all over the track from the bottom all the way to the fence. And Dover is just absolutely insane, especially in the K&N car. You're not even really lifting. You're pretty much full throttle all the way around that place. So it's very nerve-wracking going around there.
Yeah, the Monster Mile. Okay, now, now, on July 27th, that's when you're going to be making your debut. What are the goals for the team? Just to finish the race, or are you aiming for like a top 15 or something like that?
Like I said, I'm not really going in with any expectations or anything like that. Like I said, just finishing the race, doing all the laps, and letting the results show themselves. If we end up at a top 15 or a top 20, that'll be like a win. So I'm really excited to get after it, and I know that all the guys at the shop are doing a really good job. I was just over there earlier, so it's gonna be a really good time. I'm excited.
Yeah. Now, is there any NASCAR driver that has influenced you more into the sport besides anyone else? Or is there any driver that was your favorite that you're like, wow, now I'm at this level like they were?
I grew up, a Jimmy Johnson fan. Jimmy Johnson was one of the drivers that I idolized growing up, as well as Jeff Gordon. But, races that I race against and, drivers that I mutually respect a lot would probably be, drivers like Noah Gragson and my former teammates Ruben Garcia and Chase Cabry. They've all been really big helps for me going forward. Even Justin Haley, just getting advice and, knowing these guys are there, to help you and that they show that same respect that I would like to show them. So it's really neat to see that, and it goes a long way, especially for a new driver like myself.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you would like to say?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's supporting me through this, and it's just, like I said, it's only going to go up from here, so I'm really excited.
Hey, thank you once again, folks. That is Ryan Vargas, NASCAR Next driver, and who is also making his first career Xfinity Series start this Saturday at Iowa for the U.S. Cellular 250. Good luck on that, and thank you for being on the New York Sports Show.
Of course, buddy. Thank you guys for having me. I always love doing these type of interviews, so it's a lot of fun.